Hey, so I want to make a new video going over potentially the new best magic find strategy in the game. Now, of course, this is just all speculation. It might not be that good come launch day, but I thought it would be fun just to show this strat as it's extremely strong on paper so far, but there's a lot of like ifs here. So the strat that I've been working on stream for a bit now is essentially twist and go MF strat is what I'm calling it. But essentially, it's Twist of Fate. I talked about this in yesterday's video, but I want to go more in depth on this video. So what is Twist of Fate? So Twist of Fate's been in the game, but it's now been reworked. So it now randomizes your map, randomizes your map crafted option, but adds 1 to 3 additional random map modifiers. So before it didn't have this additional random map modifiers, and instead it randomized your scarabs. So your scarabs no longer get randomized, which is a massive buff for this. So why is this potentially also good for MF outside of adding random map modifiers? Well, with Necropolis, they are completely reworking how scarabs work. So you see Gilded Div is now completely different. Specifically how Gilded Div works now, you drop divination cards based off the maps you favored. So if you favor, for example, Crimson Temple, you can now drop Apothecary in any map you run. Meaning, you don't need to run Crimson Temple, and you can run any map in a game, and Twist of Fate does make you run any map in the game, essentially. It's a random map you get. So yeah, I made this little text document here going over what this strat is. So yeah, the general idea of the strat is to use a new Twist of Fate keystone with Val Temple. So Val Temple, because if you don't know what Val Temple is, it has an implicit modifier on it that spawns 10 unique, well not unique strong boxes, but special strong boxes, and they do count as strong boxes. And then of course, you'll most likely use 2 divination scarabs and 2 strongbox scarabs. So if you're also aware, in the new patch, we can stack multiple different tiers of the same scarab. So you cannot use 2 of the same divination scarab of curation, but we can use 1 divination scarab of curation and 1 divination scarab of completion. So we can use both, which is very, very strong for divination card farming, as these two multiply off each other. Essentially, this is 120% more divination cards, and this has a 20% chance to drop a full stack instead when you drop a divination card. So yeah, very, very strong synergy here as they just multiply off each other, and you probably always want to use both of these. Of course, this does depend on the price. Keep in mind, even though this does have the winged scarab icon, that does not mean it's going to be as rare as winged scarab was in the past. You know, think of it as a completely new item. We don't know how rare or common these are going to be. Presumably though, they will be more common than they were before, because it's now just a global drop. And there's even a lot of Atlas specific nodes, even small nodes are scarab nodes now. So yeah, they should be way more common and way cheaper. And of course, nothing is certain until we see all the new scarabs. Like I said, we don't know any of the new strongbox scarabs, but this strat does rely on it. We'll see. Yeah, different scarabs multiply off each other, just what I said. So why is this strat potentially really strong? So yeah, Twist of Fate rerolls your map and rerolls your map crafting option, but no longer rerolls your scarabs. As I said earlier, it also adds 1 or 3 more map modifiers. So if you're unsure why this is good, on average, a single map modifier is roughly 5% pack size and 15% quant. This is then multiplied by your increased map modifier effect, which is all these like small nodes right here that you always take in MF currently. And also, Twist of Fate can reroll the map into 8 mod, so it can reroll into 8 mod, and then you can get 3 additional mods, giving you an 11 mod map, which would be absolutely insane pack size and absolutely insane map quant. And map quant is always extremely strong, because if you're unaware, map quant is multiplicative of player quant, which is then also multiplicative with monster quant. So yeah. On a new Atlas, we can get 90% map modifier effect, increasing the Val Temple implicit from 10 strong boxes to 19. So yeah, this is very, very strong. 19 strong boxes is more strong boxes that we would have ever gotten before, just from the implicit alone, and then we still have 2 scarab strong boxes to use. Also on New Atlas, we can get 100% delirium mirror spawn chance and 100% beyond spawn chance, so very nice. So even though we are losing sextants, we can still get 100% beyond spawn chance. So yeah, beyond, still very good. And 100% delirium mirror spawn chance, also very nice. If you want to see how easy it is to get the Deli mirror spawn chance, all it takes is 4 points right here. These 4 points right here, which also gives us on a nightmare, so permanent Deli mirror, and then 2 points right here. So for a total of 10 points, we get on a nightmare, and we get 100% mirror spawn chance. So yeah, delirium is very, very nice in this new patch. It's so easy to get 100% mirror spawn chance. And then for beyond, you take all these nodes right here, and these nodes right here, and one node right here for beyond spawn chance, 100%. Tap it on every single map. In an old Atlas, we will only get around 56% delirium spawn chance and only 60% map modifier. So this is why I'm potentially saying MF is actually buffed this league, because we're going from 60% map modifier effect to 90%, which is just so much more pack size and so much more map quant. It's an absolutely massive buff to maps essentially. Now, of course, this does entirely depend if the scarabs are really, really strong, stronger than before. If the scarabs are like weaker than before, then yeah, this would be a nerf to MF, but I'm expecting the scarabs to be just as strong, or if not stronger than before. Yep. 90% map modifier effect is also going to make the maps very hard, especially because all the mods you get on the map are just completely random. You need a very strong MF build to do these maps. So yeah, Twist of Fate is going to make your maps completely random on what they roll. Yeah, they can roll L reflect, Fizz reflect, no regen, no leech, etc. So you need a high damage build, because you can also get stuff like, you know, March to Life as extra ES, reduce damage from crits, right? So you need a very, very strong MF build, which is what I'm planning to make for this next league, of course. With that said, it should still be way easier than Affliction. You know, top in Affliction juice are like 10k, 12k, made mobs like, 10 to like 15 times more tanky. This is not going to be as bad, but it still would be pretty hard regardless. So yeah, of course, this strat requires a good ambush scarab. Currently, all 5 of the ambush scarabs are all known, but there are 5 of them. For reference, there's only 3 divination scarabs. Some have 4 and some have 5. So ambush is one of those mechanics that has 5 scarabs, which means there's a good chance for at least one of those scarabs is pretty strong. It makes the strat actually extremely viable. As like I said, this is a speculative strat so far. I just want to throw this out there because I think it is really cool. Does become the meta. So just for example, if we do get a very strong box from an ambush scarab, which could happen, this strat would be better than the old MF pre-affliction. Can't really compare it to affliction, of course, but if you compare it to Tota, or if you compare it to Sanctum, or if you compare it to Crucible League, then this would be the best MF we've had, not counting affliction, of course. So yeah, TLDR, random map with 19 strong boxes, more through scarabs, which means, potentially maybe like 30 strong boxes, right? Which is an insane amount of strong boxes, while having 100% mirror spawn chance and 100% beyond spawn chance. The maps will also be very, very hard, but very rewarded. So yeah, that's it. I just want to share the strat and why I've been saying MF is potentially buffed this league. Of course, like I said, we won't know until we see all of the scarabs. Hopefully they release all the scarab information before the league launches, because then I can give you guys a more solid strat and my plan of what I'm going to do for league launch. But with that said, I'm still going to have my full build for league launch. It's going to be LA Deadeye, of course. And I'm also going to share all my, league start strats and all that. It'll be linked in the Google Doc down below, like always. So yeah, that's about it. I just want to throw this idea out there because, yeah, this looks like a very, very strong strat and also pretty fun. Yeah, that's it.